pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
What's that? 280. 51, 59. Check three.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And an alley to run. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short.
Shift! Watch the shift! Zero! Tighten up! Hey, Red! Tighten up! Big 20!
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Hey! 180! Watch the screen! Pass! Watch the double right!
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
No. 258! 57, come on! Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. Second down, McKinnon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. David Johnson. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
He goes,
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 29, Stafford, it's caught. Smith, 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
80 weapons.
Penny, a first down carry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Slam. Hey, 54.
Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me.
McKenna. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Bravo.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Alert!
From the 50, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
57.
Now it's Rodgers. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
To George Kittle. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
319. All day, dog. 150. Box it. Back up. Jump. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Ready? Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Squeeze, double. 57. Hey, exit. 57 to Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll run it with Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. To Johnson again. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Steelers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He's got Smith here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Bryant has it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Hey, 22!
On 1st down, Stafford here. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Who that? 20.
Stafford. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
16 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive.
Watch the pass.
From the gun, Stafford. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing is Rodgers. This one caught by Crowder. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57. All day, every day, any day.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Seahawks.
No. 319. Hey, let's get this. Hey, 88. Small. 57 to Mike. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken, and deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike, 57. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 57. Hey, Charlie. Yeah. 55. 57 to Mike. Flip it down.
Rodgers now to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Mike, set. Blue 60. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Stafford on 1st down. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. Stafford now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57.
Rodgers now throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return. Seven. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. Here we go. Check. 50.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Seahawks take over.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Let's get hey, box drop, box drop. 50 seconds to mine. Come on, D. Get right. 50 seconds.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. From the gun on third down, Rodgers got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
57 Mike 57. Ain't no shit. Back north. We take the win. Here we go.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Maher is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Stafford on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense.
To throw is Stafford. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now here's a throw, right side, taken in by his tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And this is caught. It's Bryant, and it's a Steeler touchdown. Dez Bryant. His second touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Now Rodgers going to throw again. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He finds his man Johnson. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Now McKinnon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 37-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch twins. 50 seconds.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First down, Seahawks.
258. Inside. Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Safe.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
He's checking. Crash. He's coming. Get Mike. He's coming. Double up. Kill. Check.
On second down, Johnson. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to almost certainly win the football game. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance.